So I just finished stuffing my face, and for those of you who didn't watch my Fatty Friday video about this place, we're at Cha 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 with Dariany, good friend of mine, and I wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about how she started this restaurant, and just get into some details so that if any of you out there are looking to get into the restaurant business, you can get a pretty good idea of how to start.
Well, honestly, the inception was really through my dad. He's always wanted to do a Cuban restaurant, so he initially came to me kind of just to be an investor. But I took it as an opportunity to, I thought, I'm a millennial. I'm a female millennial who's uber creative, so I'm going to bring something to the table that my dad is not. Now, my dad is brilliant. He's amazing at decor. He's, an older mind. So I thought, what better than us taking both of our attributes, honing it in together and creating something. So that's really what was important to me, that, and also I'm a foodie. I have a food blog. I think it's important to really be reputable in terms of my love for food. Why not co-own a restaurant?
True. Why don't we, before we even get into that, why don't we talk about or educate people on who you are and what it is you do? Because this is not the only thing you do. Like the Dariany that I know it's like I see her on TV sometimes. So
yeah.
Why don't we, enlighten our viewer?
Yeah. So I do what you do all the time. I interview people all the time. I work for a bunch of different outlets. So I'm interviewing celebrities all the time on the red carpet. Sometimes I host the Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet. Sometimes I even interview puppies. I model, I do a little acting too, but then
How did you get started with that? Because I want to get as detailed as possible.
Okay, yeah.
Because, our viewers, they want to get this type of information so they can use it to their own advantage, you know what I mean? So why don't we talk about how you got into modeling, TV hosting, all that stuff?
I mean, I always knew I wanted to be in the industry. I always knew I wasn't going to have a normal 9 to 5. So when I was in college, I signed with a modeling agency, and that's how I started doing a little bit of modeling, a little bit of acting.
Now, was that a challenge for you to get signed by an agency? Because I know I personally, as a photographer, I met a lot of models that had trouble finding an agency to represent them.
I mean, in the beginning, yeah, because I went to the bigger agencies, and I'm only 5'7" and 3/4", which isn't that tall, if you know. And I'm curvy, so yeah. But I always, but one of the things that always stood out about me, most of the jobs that I book are always on-camera jobs, whether it's commercials, it's always video. Anytime I can showcase my personality. Yeah, anytime I showcase my personality, that's when I book the job. So I started modeling, a little bit of acting, and then it hit me like 4 years ago that I wanted to host. I had to interview DJ Camilo for something, super last minute outside of a club in my hometown. And I literally had that moment of epiphany, like, duh, I studied communications, I love talking to people, I love being on camera. So I started pursuing TV hosting. And I've done so kind of successfully, in the meantime. But then I realized my specific niche is food and travel. So I created the blog, and I started honing my brand to be food, travel, hungriest girl on earth. That's kind of what I wanted to do. That's why the restaurant made so much sense too. So that's still really what I want to do. As much as people like to say that I'm successful, and I do a crap load of stuff, my dream really is to be have a show on the Food Network, or just a show that I can travel. I can do my favorite things, which is eat new food, talk to new people, and go to new places. That's like the ultimate goal. And I'm saying it right now into the universe, and to Ariel, and onto makelifefilth.com.
For sure. Now, I'd like to ask, all right, let's go into the restaurant now. So how did you said it was inspired by your dad. How did you guys come up with the name?
How did we come up with Cha Cha Cha? It just happened, honestly. We were thinking of all these names. I'll be honest, my dad was thinking of really corny names. Don't get mad at me, Dad. And then it just
He's camera shy, by the way, so you're not going to see him.
You are not going to trust me. I'm doing you a favor by not putting my dad on camera. Well, the thing is I think, Cuba's known for great food, but it's also known for great music. And we're also a very musical family. Like, my sister and I were dancers, so I think that's why Cha 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 made sense. Because it was definitely very Cuban, but it's also something that Americans know, hey, that's Cuban. Right. So it wasn't overtly like Cuban food, but like you get that it's Cuban. And I liked that it was 3 words. I liked how it looked aesthetically, and then I created the logo, and it all made sense.
So how did you? All right. So what was the process like? Guide me through the process. Step 1 was, all right, we want to start a restaurant business. What was the first thing, aside from creating the name and the logo? What was step 1, like immediately after that?
Well, the business kind of fell into my dad's lap. A friend of his actually was running this location and was like, hey, listen, I'm not doing well. Do you want this space? The space is literally 3 minutes away from our house, which is obviously super clutch. And yeah, it just kind of fell into our lap. And it all happened within a span of a month. We actually, in the beginning of, now 2 years ago, my dad and I saw the movie Chef. You know the movie Chef with Sofia Vergara?
Of course, good
And
movie.
I saw it in LA, and the second I saw it, I was like, I need to show my parents because they're gonna love it. And that's kind of what got the wheels turning, like maybe we should do a food truck, maybe we should do a Cuban restaurant.
I think we spoke about that prior to you guys opening up the restaurant.
So believe it or not, that movie kind of really got the ball rolling on us doing it. And then again, the space fell into our lap. And yeah, it's just, I was at that point really pursuing my blog and all that stuff. So it was just, all the things were very cohesive. So yeah, I truly believe too, like, I truly believe when I say I want something, that there's such power behind my words and my intentions.
Oh yeah.
Because it happens. Like, things fall into my lap.
Affirmation. When you practice that type of mentality, because I've seen it myself, you know, like a lot of the things that I've done is because I told myself I'm gonna do this, and I get it done. And one thing that's very important that I like to just throw in there, I'm not sure if you have one, but a vision board.
I do have a vision
of course
board.
You do.
In fact, it's actually the background of my phone, because where are you on? You're on your phone all the time, so you have a consistent reminder. Now, I like to be effective. I actually made my vision board on Photoshop instead of cutting out all that stuff. No, it's 2017. I'm not going to sit there with a glue stick and go to Staples. So I made it on Photoshop, and it's in my room, but it's also in the background of my phone.
Well, yeah, however you want to do it, because mine, I actually printed mine out and put it on the.
I'm just like,
I keep mine on top of my computer because that's where I spend the most time.
I'm obsessed with being efficient, so that was the most efficient way for me to do it. So yeah, cool. But vision boards work.
Oh, they do.
For sure.
Yes,
but
and I want to emphasize on that because.
But vision boards only work if you work.
Of course. You
have to have the vision and the power behind that vision.
1,000,000%.
You might as well just sit down and turn into a literal potato because nothing is going to happen.
All right, so I also want to ask, what was your biggest challenge getting the restaurant started? Because I know a lot of people go into these businesses and their biggest fear is like not getting business or like spending too much money up front. What was your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
I think honestly the biggest challenge for me was just honestly dealing with my own anxiety. For me, my personal biggest challenge, and that's just me being vulnerable, is it was such like a realization like, okay, now you've invested this much money, you own a business. Like literally me collecting myself, that was the hardest part for me. Literally at the beginning of last year, I lost so much weight. I was a disaster because it was such a realization like, oh my God, this is real. And then of course, you know, just like, just the newness of everything, the literal learning every aspect of the business. Because for me, things work well when they work like an engine, they work like a machine, but that doesn't happen at first. So I think just really getting everything in line so that it can work like a machine, that was what was really, really stressful.
And how did you accomplish that? What was your turning point?
Time. Because
but did something like trigger?
No, it was honestly just time, because you can read 1,000 books, you can try and prepare, you could even run another restaurant, but every single thing runs its own way. So it was really just time of trial and error and learning and constantly progressing and making things better. But time is what has taught us how to make this run like an engine, nothing else.
Awesome. So why don't we talk about what makes this restaurant so special? I mean, we spoke about it in my other video, but if you haven't watched it, then... I really think what makes the restaurant so special is the second you walk in, you see all these little touches that my dad has added. All his handmade decor, that's what makes it special. It's really not me, it's really my dad. His love and passion behind the food and behind just being here every day is so evident, and it's with every plate of food, you can tell that my dad's special. That's what really makes it special is, yeah, of course, it's a family-owned place, it's family recipes, so you're getting the authenticity of Cuban food and a Cuban family. And the sauce. And the sauce. Also, something else that makes it special is my sauce. Because it's the only thing really that's like, not like typical Cuban, it's just, I thought of it, and the sauce enhances everything. But really, what makes Cha-Cha the most special is it's just my dad's dedication. And that sauce could be your next business venture. And don't be surprised if the sauce, because we sell my sauce in-house. We sell both sauces in-house. But can I totally see myself wanting to sell that sauce, bottle it, and be at Trader Joe's? Yeah. Dariany, what would you say are if you had to pick the top 3 to 5, I'm going to say 3 to 5 things that you think have contributed to the success or the short success of this restaurant? Because obviously you guys have only been open for a year. Yeah. So you guys are now, you're doing pretty well. what would you say are, if anybody out there is watching this and they want some pointers on, like, if they want to go into the restaurant business, what would you say are the top 3 to 5 things that they need to incorporate into their business for them to, you know, have better odds of being successful?
I think specifically for this restaurant is that personal touch that my dad adds to everything. I mean, if you look at our Yelp reviews, I would say 70% of them mention my dad and how he's so friendly, and you know, that's so important in the restaurant world. I handpick our waitresses so that they're friendly and always smile. Like, those things are very important because obviously quality of food is important, but people love a great ambiance.
Customer service, it all comes down to customer service. And that's something that I've learned even in the fashion industry. The more you take care of your customers, the more you communicate with them, the faster your business flourishes. So I completely agree with you on that.
I think specifically also for the restaurant, authenticity is what people love. Another huge comment that we always get, whether it's Yelp or Facebook, is always like, "This tastes like my abuela's," or "I've been looking so hard for authentic Cuban food." Listen, it's Cuban food. You don't need to dress it up. You don't need to make it fancy.
Right.
You want to feel like you're the FPV space and eating. So that's really our advice. If you want to go somewhere fancy and spend a lot of money and it not be authentic, knock your socks off. But that's one of the reasons people love it here, because you feel like you're hanging out at my family's house eating. And of course, one of the last reasons we're so successful is our sauce. People put that sauce on everything.
I literally put that shit on everything.
On everything, from the pomeric,
my sandwiches,
Cuban,
tostones, my tacos,
yeah,
eggs, you make everything. Crackers, I put it on crackers.
And unfortunately, I can't tell you what's in it, but yeah, listen, if you can create this thing. So Cha-Cha's recipe is pretty much all authentic stuff, and then the sauce is just something that we did ourselves, and I think that's something fun too. That it's like something totally different, but
let's talk about the rice balls too, because again, if you haven't watched the other video, fun facts.
So we have the world's first Cuban rice ball. The way that started, fun fact, is my dad came home one day and he was super pissed off because he had bought a rice ball, Italian rice ball, and it was super shitty, and he was like, "I spent all this money, it doesn't taste like anything," and I was like, "Relax." I'm like, "Why don't we do like a Spanish kind of rice ball, you know, like with yellow rice instead of just like white rice, whatever." So that's kind of how the idea started, before Cha-Cha even was open. But yeah, the way we do our rice ball is the outside is yellow rice, and fun fact, the reason yellow rice is so good is because we take the broth that we use when we make the ropa vieja. We put the meat in the pressure cooker with onions, garlic, bay leaf, all this stuff. That broth is what we use to make the rice that goes outside the rice ball. Then you stuff it with either chicken or beef, and then you batter it and deep fry it. It's really just brilliant. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's insanely good.
Yeah. So that's something else.
If you're ever in New Jersey,
yeah,
stop it.
It's something else that has typical Cuban flavors, but we just kind of, you know, remix it a little bit.
Awesome. Lastly, what advice would you give to any young millennials out there looking to start a business, or even looking to get into like modeling, acting, TV hosting?
Well, first of all, I think my first bit of advice is you need to believe and love yourself. If you think you're going to thrive in any facet of your life, if you don't 100% believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you. That and, you know, have vision. Realize where you're going. Realize where you want to go, because if not, you're just going to remain stagnant. But seriously, number one is you have to know within yourself that you want this, you can attain this, and you deserve it. If not, then you're just trying to convince other people of something that you don't believe in yourself.
One thing I want to pop in there, I've been reading this book called Tools of Titans, and it's by Tim Ferriss, which I always, you know, rave about. And one of the things that I've been learning is that, you know, most of these successful people that he highlights, they all have some sort of routine. And I feel like I'm a routine person. Like, yes, every morning I have the same routine. You know, it changes here and there, and I always kind of adjust it depending on what I'm learning to just, you know, make myself better. Do you have any routines that you practice that are by any chance contributing to all of your successes?
So my life is so lacking of any kind of routine.
Really?
It's why my trainer at the gym hates me, because I'm
That's
flaky
so
as hell. Yeah, you know, because I don't have a 9 to 5 and I've never had a 9 to 5, there is literally no routine in my life.
I mean, this is an atypical situation here.
It is.
This doesn't happen every day.
The only constant in my life is my obsessiveness of being positive. That's it. Like the one thing I do.
Well, you know what? That is your routine.
That's it. Is I just wake up and force myself to be in a good mood. Even if I'm not, like this morning, I'll be honest with you, I did not want to get out of bed. I was not in a good mood. I like to literally put on Pandora and put on my favorite reggaeton station and alter my mood. That's the only routine I have is just the power of being happy and positive. Because when you're happy, you want to do more things. When you're happy, 100%. You're excited for the future.
That is the whole key to life. Is happiness.
Yeah.
Everything we do is to
love happiness.
Someday try to achieve that happiness.
Mm-hmm. So that's really the only good routine I have is constantly striving to be happy. It is a literal daily goal of mine.
Fulfillment.
Literally.
Awesome. So just to wrap up, where can we find more information about the restaurant, about you? Why don't you?
This camera. Okay. Well, this camera.
Yeah, either one.
Okay. This one. Okay. So if you do want to visit Cha Cha Cha, it's in Kenilworth, New Jersey. It's not that far from the city. I swear. It's only a half an hour away if you're driving.
Totally worth it.
Totally worth it. Also, I also have a vlog/blog, Hungriest Girl on Earth. So that's where I post all my food and travel stuff. Also, there's a YouTube channel attached to it because I do live cooking videos and just daily vlogs.
We're also going to be collaborating on some stuff, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah. But yeah, if you like all things food and travel and just being a happy human, I'm a person.
I'll be adding her handles right below this video, so if you guys want to go and check her stuff out, I encourage you to. She's super awesome. Dariany, thank you for this interview. And I hope I can bring my ass back to Jersey more often so I can have this amazing food.
And I hope your ass got bigger from all the food that I fed you, because that's how we make the world a better place.
I'm half comatose right now. I'm just holding up by miracle.
Perfect.